Hi friends. Okay, today we get to up level our 3D pelvic tilts. This is one of the basic core exercises I start with every client. What we're going to do is you're going to lay on your back and we're going to, this is the up level to the 3D pelvic tilts where you use your feet to tuck and arch your pelvis. I'm rocking my pelvis in the forward and back direction. I'm using my feet to help me to ascertain my biggest range. Then the next level from that is no feet. You use just your belly muscles. So now my feet are on the floor. I can feel them there, but they're not allowed to push. My belly is becoming more active in this activity. Okay, now the next level is knees up. The weight of my thighs on my pelvis puts resistance against my abs. I'm going to tuck and release. Drive your spine down and release. Push your rib cage into the ground. You'll feel your abs flex. Release. Notice how I'm keeping my knees over my hips. That's keeping a lot of resistance on my tummy. If I want to make it a little easier, I can bring my knees to my chest, and that takes some weight off of the belly. Now, what I don't want to see you doing is rocking. Don't rock. Don't use your arms. That's a common mistake. People drive with their arms. You're using purely your belly. You're driving your knees straight up to the ceiling and release. Drive your spine down and release. Feel every vertebrae push into the ground and release. I do recommend a mat with this because you don't want to hurt the bones of your spine. 2 more. Round your back, drive your rib cage down, feel your abs flex, release. Last one, up and down. Okay, circle your knees. Okay, I'm going to show you the second dimension now because we do everything in 3 dimensions. So on the second dimension, feet helping, I'm driving my right hip to my right ear, my right rib cage, left hip to left ear. Right to right, left to left, just like that. And now I'm going to take my feet out of it. My feet are still down, but I'm not pushing with my feet. I can feel my obliques, the sides of my abs, come to play a lot more. In fact, if you put your fingertips at your belly, you'll feel that working a lot better. Okay, now the up level. Legs are up, my knees are over my thighs. I'm going to turn my feet to one side, turn my feet to the other. Turn, feel that side flex, feel the side flex. And 3. Try not to swing this. This is really easy to get into a swing, but try not to swing it. Control yourself. Okay, come on down, breathe. Let's flesh that out. Circle 3 times in both directions. My arms are doing the work. My legs are resting. Okay, feet are down. I'm going to show you, you're going to drive with your feet, and I'm going to go right hip to the ceiling, left hip to the ceiling. We're going through rotation. This is the rotational version. We also call that the transverse plane. That's the technical term. I'm using my feet to help. And now I'm going to take my feet out of it. You'll see when you watch somebody do this, one way you know that they're not using their feet is that the range is much less. See, I can't go as high. I just don't have the leverage against the floor. Now my belly is working a lot harder. Okay, stop and take a deep breath in. Here's the up level. Knees are over the hips, right hip to the ceiling, left hip to the ceiling. This, to me, is the hardest one. I find this to be the hardest one. You're bringing your knee to touch the ceiling, knee to touch the ceiling. Kiss the ceiling with your knee, kiss the ceiling with your knee. Here's another way I can cue that. Drive your right hip down, and that left hip goes up. Drive the left hip down, the right hip goes up. 1 more in each. This is very challenging on the core. And then come on down and breathe. Now I'm going to flush with my knees coming together. When I do the flush like this versus independent knees, as I pull my knees up, it decompresses the back. So it's a really good way to ease the back as well as flush out the acids and bring in the new resources. You are awesome.